Community Forum is sponsored by the Easton Grange 196 and a friend of Yardley Wood Rink and the Easton Lions Club.
There's a storm across the valley, the clouds are rolling in. The afternoon is heavy on your shoulders. There's a truck out on the 4-lane, a mile or more away. The whining of his wheels just makes it colder.
Okay, welcome to Community Forum. Today is Friday, February 9th, 2024. My name is Priscilla Almquist Olsen, your host, and today we have two prominent citizens of Easton, Mark Vinacore, who is a member of the Lions Club, and Julie Brennan, founder and member of We Do Care. And they are jointly sponsoring a fundraiser for both organizations coming up soon, and we want to give you every little detail. So pay attention. Welcome, Markie. Welcome, Julie.
Thank you,
Thanks, Priscilla, for having us. Yeah, this is great.
So, Markie, tell us, what is this night and why should people come?
All right, Priscilla, this is going to be a great night. We are having two great comedians at this event. One is Jim Colleton, and the other one is Kelly McFarland. Both are top-notch comedians in their own right and can be seen in the Boston area. And one very special part about this night is that the Easton Lions are combining with We Do Care. We have both, very reputable, very good fundraising organizations that are working together to raise money for our, our independent causes. So, we're asking everyone to come and support that.
Okay, so Julie, tell us, when is this comedy night and where?
So it's Friday, March 15th. It's at the Knights of Columbus Hall, the Hall and Foundry in Easton, Mass. And we're looking forward to a very affordable night. It's only $30 a ticket.
How much?
$30 per ticket.
Oh, good.
You can also buy a table of 10 for $300. And Mark will tell you a little bit more about what else there is besides the comedians.
Yep. So the doors are going to open up at 7. We've got a local musician, a couple talented musicians. One being Joanne Sheehan, who is going to be playing music from 7 to 8, just to kind of set the atmosphere. Mm-hmm. And then at 8 o'clock prompt, we're going to have one of the comedians go off. That would either be Kelly McFarland or Jim Colleton. And this night, we're going to also have some, raffles that will also raise money for, for our help, for our causes. And
yeah, and so tell us, what are some of the causes when people pay their $30? They are not just getting a night of entertainment from two of the top, most prominent comedians in the Boston area, but what else are they getting? They're getting satisfaction from the causes that the Lions Club represents. So could you tell us a little bit about that?
Right. Okay. So the Easton Lions kind of have a two-prong, approach to raising money. A lot of our money, over half of the money that we raise from all of these events like the Holiday Festival, Junk Day, Easton Live, any of these fundraising events that we do, most of our money will go to trying to cure eye diseases. And there's a Massachusetts Eye Research Fund and Lions Eye Research. So a lot of the money that's, donated to us across the year goes to that. And then another, like a good chunk also goes to back into the community. So it could be like youth groups, other nonprofit groups, like, we're working with We Do Care, and we have fund screening. So,
and you give scholarships to high school seniors. Right?
Yeah, and it's good that you pointed that out, because for this event, one of the things in particular that we're looking to do is raise money for these scholarships that we fund at both OA and Southeast Regional. Mm-hmm. There's a couple at Southeast Regional, and then there's some at OA too. So, money that's raised from like this event in particular will go to the bottom line of providing those scholarships to
and
those students.
The other thing that our viewers should know is that 100% of the money that's raised in all these endeavors, including, don't forget, the Lions Thrift Store, every Saturday from 10 to 2, right next to the Union Villa on 138. Bring your donations and bring your cash, and all of those funds go with there. Nobody in the Lions Club takes any money. So whether they're leaders or they're worker bees, they do this on a volunteer basis, so that 100% of the proceeds of any of these fundraisers goes to causes, whether it's supporting town groups like We Do Care or other groups and scholarships and so forth. So that is really a plus. Everything goes back into the community. So Julie, tell us about We Do Care. Why is this, you founded this out of a personal tragedy, and you have built it up to give widows mainly some hope and a chance for a brighter future. Tell us what this organization is about and why people can come to Comedy Night and be very proud and pleased to support your organization.
Sure, Priscilla, thanks. So We Do Care helps young widows, widowers, and children that lost a parent. It's a very important population that we need to serve. There isn't a local organization that serves the same population. So we get 2 to 3 referrals each week. Lately, we have 25 families that we're serving currently. We have a couple new members coming to our meeting next week. We have a support group program. Once a month we meet for the support group right here in Easton. And then we also have meetups that are important. We do community events, but we don't charge our participants money to be part of our program. So that's something that the community needs to know, is that we need your support, because when we have our meetings, we have 25 adults that show up. They all have children, right? So if each person has average 2 kids, we have the kids to feed and then we have the adults to feed. So we provide a meal at each of the monthly support groups.
And isn't it true that if people have financial challenges, you try to help out in that regard too?
So we definitely help out in ways that we can. We have care packages that we do 3 times a year. We do those around Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, and then in the summer. Care packages is also a way that we get people to be a part of our group, meaning if we find out about a new widower or widow, sometimes the way that we kind of get through to them about what we do is we drop a care package on their doorstep, and then we leave some literature, and then they give us a call, and then they feel more comfortable because they're like, oh, you know, we were thought of, and that was so nice for a stranger to reach out. So yeah, we're all about helping the kids as well as the adults. And it's something that's needed. It's not something that's short term. It's definitely something for the long term. We have families that are with us for years.
And don't some of those women, and you have a few men I know occasionally, but basically they're widowers, and don't they, those who are more financially better off can help those who aren't? I'm sure you see that kind of a connection too.
Oh, sure. We have different events. So we have a gala each year. You know, we have the comedy night. We had run a golf tournament for 5 years. So even our members can help other members, and they can help the organization. But we definitely rely on the community for our support. Yeah.
Okay. And when did you found this organization, We Do Care?
So we have been a nonprofit for 9 years. I've been helping people with care packages and in any way I can for 11 years. But we've been a nonprofit for 9 years.
And this was started not just because there was a need, but also because you personally became a widower. Isn't that right?
So yeah, in 2010, I became a widow at the age of 34. Yeah. My kids were very young, and there wasn't a group for someone as young as I was.
Wow.
So
now, are you finding that most of your members are in their 30s and 40s?
No, not at all. When we started, we were in the 30s and 40s, and now we are anywhere from 30s to mid 60s. I have a woman I spoke with this afternoon that's 69 that will be joining us next week. We have a woman that's 71. So while we were not designed for the traditional widow, you know, that it happens later in life, we definitely allow anyone, whether male, female. It could be your partner, your spouse that you lost. It could be same gender. Like it overlaps all different types of stories and scenarios.
So you're all welcoming.
For sure, yeah.
Okay.
And one of the biggest things that I hear from members is why the support group is so important is because it's the one space that they get to come and just take their mask off. They just get to be themselves, and they don't have to pretend like they're fine, that they're okay, and they get to be raw and real, and they get to relate to other people that understand.
And what are the benefits to the children?
So the kids, they come and they have a meeting simultaneously as the parent, and they're meeting down the hall. There's 2 kids groups. There's a younger kids group and a teen kids group. And while their parents down the hall getting what they need, the kids are doing games and art. I'm an elementary school teacher, so I have a strong passion with making sure the kids get what they need.
And do you have some members who lead those children's groups?
Yeah, so we have one leader that's paid and one leader that's volunteer. And then we have actually volunteers from the Oliver Ames High School. There's a We Do Care volunteer group at the high school, and they help take care of our kiddos and make sure they have fun.
That's wonderful.
Like
Now,
their
Markie, the Lions has supported We Do Care for a number of years. How did you get involved?
How did I get involved in the Lions?
No, how did the Lions get involved with We Do Care?
Well, I think, Julie, I think Julie, we have a fund screening committee, and I think, We Do Care as an organization has in the past has submitted fund screening requests, and that's something that, we've given, the Lions have given to. And that's an example of on the local level where we're supporting other nonprofit groups and such.
Right.
So, yeah. And Julie's always been kind of, as membership chair of the Easton Lions, I've been trying to rope her in to become a member.
He's
on
been
camera
recruiting you
here,
for a little bit.
Julie. So, I've been working on this. And now that we've got this partnership, she's definitely got to join.
No pressure.
There's no pressure at all, though. So Julie's been part of our, she's been around a lot of the events that we have, a lot of the Easton Live stuff. She's got to see, some of those. And that's where we kind of came up with the idea of, you got this great group, we got this great group. Let's put them together and do some, see if we can, raise even more money for, our charities, which I think are both great.
Right. So again, tell us when and where and what time.
Okay, so it's Friday, March 15th. Okay, the doors are going to open at 7. There will be music. There'll be raffles. There's a cash bar. There's going to be hors d'oeuvre type food. What I would recommend is having a dinner prior to, as we're just going to be. It's going to be more hors d'oeuvres and not nush kind of food. So but we will have plenty of that, and that's always that's always good.
It sounds great. And 8:00 the show starts.
Yep.
We're going to do a 50-50. We're going to do a fun little game halfway through. And then you just need to know that it's at the Knights of Columbus in Easton.
Yeah, it's at the address is 375 Foundry Street. It's the old Knights of Columbus Hall. They like to be referred to as the Hall on Foundry now. That's their official name. So I just wanted to say from the Lions point of view, we had a couple of sponsors that help us out with all these. This is part of the Easton Lions, and it's part of like an Easton Live event, like we do with the music series, and this is just a little different with comedy. But I just wanted to say thank you to the collision doctors. Bob Guthrie over on 138 is very helpful and very supportive of us all the time. And Kevin Williams with the Avery Lee Williams Family Trust is also very supportive of us. And Julie's got a whole bunch of supporters too that are always.
So we actually, speaking of that, Mark, thank you for putting the shout outs there. We also are looking for sponsors. So both the Lions and We Do Care have joined together to do this. We're raising funds for 2 great causes, and we need local businesses to step up, right? We still need sponsorships, and we would love for you to contact us.
And would you give us your contact information, Julie?
You got it. So it's Julie Brennan. You can call me at 774-274-8317. You can also go to our website, which is wedocare.org, or you can reach out to Mark.
Yeah, and I think on both websites now we have links to our ticket sales too, right? Tickets are officially on sale. Like Julie said, people can buy tables if you want to get together with a bunch of your friends.
And would you give us the Lions' contact information?
The best is probably like our website, eastonlions.org. On there, you'd find everything that there's a link to this event in particular, and then there's a link to if you're interested in membership. That's a link to me. And it's all right on that website. So and there's another link to all of our events.
So eastonlions.org.
Yep.
And wedocare.org?
Correct. Yes.
Oh, is that easy? Okay. You all got that?
Yeah.
All right. So
and Priscilla, these two comedians came to us last year in the spring. We had a comedy show. I think, did you come to that one?
no, I was out of town.
Okay, I think Fred and Joan did. Yeah,
Yes,
it was a lot
right.
of fun. We had a comedian, Tony V, who's a big Boston comedian, plays around. And he's the guy that recommended Jim Colleton. I have seen him. He's very, very funny. And Kelly McFarland, who's also, both of them in their own rights are like top stand-up comedians.
I've seen Kelly.
So-
Actually, she did our first comedy night years ago, and she's hilarious.
Great.
Yeah.
And I've
she's
seen
really
Jim,
good.
so
Okay,
I
so
can vouch for.
Okay, so you have a
both
guy and you have a gal.
Yes.
We do.
What a team.
Yeah.
Are they going to
There you go.
are they going to be performing separately and together, or just separately?
They're probably going to be performing separately.
Uh-huh.
There might be a little bit of carryover. That's probably more separate in this event.
So, viewers,
Um,
if you want to laugh, if you're feeling a little down in the dumps, go to comedy night on March
15th.
15th. Okay, and it's at the Hall and Foundry, the former Knights of Columbus Hall, and doors open at
7.
7, and the comedians go on stage at
8.
Right. Do you all have that? And how do you get your tickets? Only $30. You certainly would pay a lot more if you were going to listen to these comedians, both of them in Boston. And you go on wedocare.org or the eastonlions.com.
Yep.
Org.
And we've been
Oh,
posting.
is it org?
Org.
Org.
Yep.
Right, because they're both non-for-profits. So eastonlions.org, wedocare.org. So get your tickets, show up, show you care about the community, and help the Lions and We Do Care continue with their wonderful charitable work. Thank you, Mark Vinocour
Thank you
of the
Priscilla, for having
Lions
us.
and Julie Brennan.
Thank you
of-
so much. And thank you to ECAT for having us.
That was great.
Okay, so thank you, Julie Brennan, We Do Care founder, and are you chair of the board?
Yes.
I knew it. So thank you so much for being my guests on Community Forum. Priscilla Almquist Olsen, bidding you all farewell.
Community Forum is sponsored by the Easton Grange 196 and a friend of Yardley Wood Rink and the Easton Lions Club.